Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Korky and welcome to this episode of our Wonderkid Reborn series. Today we are looking at a Brazilian midfielder who burst onto the scene at the age of 17 with his now famous seal dribble. We are of course talking about Kerlon.
Kerlon made his senior professional debut at the age of just 16 for Cruzeiro, where he spent 3 years making 16 senior appearances. He helped Brazil to win the Under-17 South American Championships, scoring 8 goals in 7 games and introducing the football world to his now famous seal dribble, where he would scoop the ball up and dribble a series of headers as he ran. This invited a lot of fouls from opposition players, which would have a huge impact on his future career. He was signed by Inter Milan in 2008, joining Chievo on loan in the first season, but spent most of his time on the sidelines with a long-term knee injury. He spent the following season with Ajax reserves on loan, and upon returning to Inter Milan for pre-season training the following summer, picked up another long-term knee injury. In 2011, Kerlon returned to Brazil with League Two side Piranha Club, on loan playing 4 games before moving to Nacional de Nova Serrana on loan the following year, playing only once. Kerlon moved to Fujieda in Japan on a free transfer, playing 22 games across 2 seasons, before a spell in the United States with Miami-Dade, followed by a move to Sliema Wanderers in Malta. He joined Brazilian side Vila Nova, playing 3 games, before joining Slovakian side Spartak Trnava, where he played 4 senior games before finally retiring at the age of just 29.
So let's load up FM 2005 and let's get a look at his attributes and his information. So as we can see in the Football Manager 2005 editor, we have Kerlon. Full name, of course, is Kerlon Moura Sousa. He did start his career in Brazil with Cruzeiro, as we see. He was born in 1988. We have adjusted that, of course, for FM24, so he was born in 2006 to make him the same age. We have a look at his contract. As we mentioned, he is with Cruzeiro. He does have a contract for another year, so we've put that into FM24 as well. Configuration, there's nothing here to add. As preference, he doesn't have any favourite clubs, favourite staff. Of course, his nationality is Brazilian. His history, of course, in FM 2005 is blank because he's only just starting his career. And if we look at his attributes, we get a more in-depth look at the player himself. So in terms of his mental attributes, there is nothing there of note. His reputation is currently at 0 as well. He is, of course, a brand new player in the game, so nobody will be aware of him yet. His current ability currently set at 40, his potential ability of -9. If we look at his languages very quickly, of course, he's Brazilian. He does speak Portuguese naturally. We'll have a look at his player information. As we can see, he is a central midfielder. He can play on the left and the right as well. He doesn't have any attacking midfield attributes, any striker attributes, or any defensive midfielder attributes as of yet. If we look at his preferred moves very quickly, as we can see, these are also empty as well. And if we look at his technical attributes, again, they're all set at 0. And his non-technical attributes, there is a little bit of information here. So he does have a rating of 12 for flair, he does a rating of 12 for teamwork, and a 15 rating for work rate. He does have a bravery of 2 and a determination of 15. But other than that, he is pretty much a blank slate in FM 2005. We're going to put this information into the FM24 data editor. We're going to recreate Kerlon and we're going to bring him into the new game. So in FM24 we have inserted Kerlon. He is, of course, 17 years of age. He is, of course, contracted to Cruzeiro currently. We can see from his attributes here, his teamwork is at 14, his work rate is at 15. His bravery actually has jumped up to 13 here. I'm not quite sure how that's come to be, but he does have good crossing and dribbling, as well as agility and natural fitness as well. We can see that he is a central midfielder. He is accomplished playing right wing and left wing. He does have some unconvincing attributes already in the attacking midfield areas, and his contract does expire at the end of the 2025 season as well. So that's Kerlon inserted into the game. We're going to fast forward 5 years into the future and see how he progresses. So 5 years into the future, we can see that Kerlon already has made a move from Cruzeiro. He is currently contracted with Grêmio, and as we can see, first of all, we'll have a look at his attributes, and we can see there is been a massive increase in a lot of these. As we see, his crossing, his dribbling are up to 16. A lot of his mental attributes have increased into double figures, particularly his flair has improved. With a rating 17, his work rate at 18. His physical attributes have all increased as well. His acceleration, his pace are both up to 16 and 17 each. His agility at 17, natural fitness at 16, stamina at 16 as well. He hasn't developed any personal player traits yet, and we can see that he is a media-friendly player. We can see from the stats this season they have been pretty good already. We'll have a little look and see at his positional plays. We can see he is obviously a natural central midfielder. He has already developed into an accomplished left winger. We can see here from the games played in position, he has played in attacking in central midfield twice and on the left wing 8 times already. In those 8 games, scoring 3 goals and creating 2 assists. He is wanted by Lazio for a transfer already and is currently valued between 2 million and almost 6 million as well. He's currently earning £750 per week. He is noted as a star player in the team as well. So he has moved on from Cruzeiro. Let's have a little look at his career cycle. As we can see, he played a few seasons with Cruzeiro. Of course, in Brazil, the league does start at the beginning of the calendar year. So he joined the game midway through the first season. He did play another 3 full seasons, or 3 full seasons with Cruzeiro before starting the season, playing 5 games in total before a £300,000 move to Grêmio. He's played for Grêmio for the last 3 seasons. We'll have a look at his milestones. We can see in terms of competitions, he has won the Sudamericana with Cruzeiro. He has won the European South American Club Challenge with Cruzeiro. He's then bought by Grêmio, and with the Brazil under-23s, they did win the pre-Olympic tournament as well. So that is it so far for how Kerlon has gone. He is, of course, 23 years of age, as we know. We're going to fast forward another 5 years and see how he progresses as it comes into his peak. And so 5 years into the future, we pick up Kerlon and he has made a move to Europe. We'll come to that in just a second, but we can see that he is already valued between 92 and 275 million. His reputation is now that 4.5 stars, so he is a very well-known player, obviously a star player. With his new club, Atletico Madrid, he is developing into something of a world-class player, earning £325,000 per week as well. Immediately, we can see his attributes have all increased again. We can see his crossing, his dribbling are 18, 17. His long shots are at 16. His technique is 17. His anticipation is 16. His flair remains at 17. Work rate and vision at 18. And his physical attributes have increased as well. He does have a very strong right foot, which we mentioned earlier, and does have a reasonable left foot as well. He has developed a new trait of knocking balls past opponents, and as we can see, he has played all of his games this season with Atletico Madrid on the left wing, making 35 league appearances, scoring 11 goals, and making 10 assists. He is wanted by Bayern Munich as well. We can see that he has picked up a few trophies, and we'll come to that in just a second. First of all, we will look at his career stats. And as we can see, he played with Grêmio for another season before making that move to Atletico Madrid for £32 million. He played 30 games in total, scoring 4 goals in the first season. The following season, he played 43 games, making 10 goals, 13 assists. The following season after that, he played 42 games, scoring 14 goals and 11 assists. And in the most recent season, he played 36 games, scored 11 goals and made 10 assists as well. So he has been relatively successful, as we've mentioned. We'll have a look at the competitions here. We left them off. They had just won the pre-Olympic tournament with Brazil under-23s. With Grêmio, they did win the Campeonato Gaúcho Ipiranga Serie 1 champions. I'm not really sure what competition level that is. They did go on then to finish runner-up in the Copa Libertadores with Grêmio, and they also won the Brasileiro Serie Açaí championship. I'm not sure if I pronounced that again correctly, my apologies. But he did win a couple of trophies there with Grêmio. Then he made the move to Atletico Madrid, where he won the Supercopa de España, made his international debut at the age of 25 against Senegal. Atletico Madrid in the most recent season, 3 seasons ago, went on to win the La Liga, and following that, Kerlon also scored his first international goal. So it has been a pretty successful move for Kerlon so far. As we can see, he is now with Atletico Madrid. We're going to fast forward another 5 years into the future, where Kerlon will be 33 years old. We'll see if he has stayed, if he's moved to Barcelona or to Bayern Munich, and we'll see how his career has progressed. So 5 years into the future, we pick up Kerlon at 33 years of age. He has had a pay increase since the last time we saw him. He is now earning £450,000 per week. His transfer value is between £30 and £91 million. His contract does expire at the end of next season. Given his age and his contract status, that value is probably a little bit lower than what it would have been in the previous seasons. Again, looking at his attributes, we can see that they all still are very, very good. A lot of double figures, a lot of those are in green. A quick look at his positional play, we can see that he has, as well as being a natural central midfielder and a left winger, he is now a natural left-sided midfielder and has also become a natural right-sided midfielder as well. As we can see from this most recent season, he has played in all 4 of those positions. He has played only 2 games on the right wing, 7 games in central midfield. He has played 31 games in total on the left-hand side, with 20 of those games coming in the left side midfield and 11 of those games coming on the left wing. We can see that he has got some more trophies under his belt, and we'll come to that in just a second. We can see that he has developed a number of new traits as well. Previously, he liked to knock a ball past his opponent. Since then, he has developed long-range passing. He likes to play 1-2s, likes to get forward whenever possible, and runs with the ball through the centre. Obviously, playing off the left wing and being very right-footed, he has developed that central play trait as well. So we'll have a little look at his career stats. As we can see, when we left him off, he had played 36 games with Atletico in the season that followed. He played 39 games in total, scoring 12 goals and making 5 assists. He then played 53 games where he scored 21 goals in total and 16 assists, probably his best return so far in his career. The season after that, he played 47 games, making 11 goals and 23 assists. Following that, he played 48 games with 10 goals and 22 assists. And in the most recent season just finished, he played 40 games with 4 goals and 15 assists. So it has been a very, very good career so far for Kerlon. We'll have a look at his milestones and look at his competitions. As we can see, we left off, they had just made his international appearance and scored his first goal. Since then, in the 2035 season, they've been runners-up in the Copa del Rey. Atletico Madrid have gone on to win the Europa League, and following that, they also won the UEFA Super Cup as well. The following season, then, Atletico Madrid did win the Supercopa de España, and they also went on to win the Copa del Rey as well. In the 2037 season, they achieved both of those competitions again, winning the Supercopa and also winning the Copa del Rey, but he's also gone on to complete the treble, winning the La Liga also. In the 2038 season, they finished runner-up in the Supercopa de España, and in the 2039 season, they won the Supercopa de España. So it has been very, very good for Kerlon with his time in Spain. He does have 1 year left on his contract. He is 33 years of age. We're going to fast forward now 1 year at a time, and we'll bring you to the conclusion of how those years progress. So we have fast forwarded into the future. We are only 4 years ahead, progressing 1 year at a time. We can see that Kerlon, at the age of 37, has now decided to retire at the end of the current season. We can see from his attributes that his mental attributes are all still excellent. His physical attributes have declined quite a bit, with only 2 or 3 of them left in double figures. His technical attributes are all still very good as well. We have noticed that, as well as being a natural player across the central midfield and on the left wing, he has also become an accomplished player in attacking midfield centrally, but also in defensive midfield centrally as well. And as we can see from the games played in positions this season, he has featured in those positions relatively enough to develop those skills and attributes. As mentioned, he is retiring now at the end of the season. He did sign a 4-year contract extension, took a huge pay cut down to £170,000 per week. He is valued between £400,000 and £1.2 million. That is due to his retiring and his age, of course, as well. We'll have a little look at his attributes then for his career stats for most recent seasons. Picking up where we left off, he played 46 games, played 50 games in total, 4 substitute appearances, scoring 5 goals and making 15 assists. He went on to play 43 games in total, scoring 10 goals and making 12 assists. He then went on to start 16 games, making 25 substitute appearances, playing 41 in total, scoring 3 goals, making 11 assists. And in the most recent season, he started only 11 games, making 30 substitute appearances, 41 appearances in total, scoring 1 goal and laying on 2 assists as well. In terms of his achievements throughout his career then, as we see, we picked up in the 2039 season, they just won the Supercopa de España. In the seasons that have followed, they finished runner-up in the Copa del Rey and went on to be runners-up in the Champions League. Possibly the biggest prize that Kerlon could have won is the Copa America with Brazil. And if we have a quick check to see here, they won that in 2040. If we can see the past winners, they beat Ecuador in the most recent final of that. And congratulations to him, it's a great achievement. But as we can see, Kerlon has actually proved to be an excellent player in FM24. It is a far cry different from his actual real life career, how it turned out and the prospect that he was. As we can see, during his time at Atletico Madrid, he played 390 league games, scoring 92 goals. With Gremio, played 139 games, scoring 15, and Cruzeiro played 8 senior league games, scoring no goals. He has had an overall total of 537 games with 107 goals. As we can see, it has been a very good career for Kerlon. He's picked up a total of 15 winners' medals and 5 runner-up medals as well. He has won trophies, of course, across a number of competitions, including leagues and trophies in Brazil. He's also won trophies in Spain and also in Europe as well. And of course, the Copa America with his national team, Brazil. So it has been a very good career for Kerlon. Absolutely delighted with how he's turned out in this game. That is it for this episode. I do hope you've enjoyed it. As always, please do like, share, subscribe and comment. If you'd like us to rebuild a former 2005 Football Manager Wonderkid, please leave your comments below as well, and we will look to get that done for you. We will see you in the next episode. Until then, thank you very much and take care.
Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please do like, share, subscribe and leave your comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback as well. You can check out one of these recommended videos. We will see you in the next one. Thank you and take care.